Throughout the new GTA 6 trailer, Rockstar showed a lot of crazy things happening in Vice City and the state of Lodorna. And this wasn't even only NPCs, it was also animals. You have alligators walking into corner stores, you have this guy that's running from the police. And what's crazy is that pretty much every single clip that Rockstar showed is actually something that happened in real life. And in today's video, that's what we're going to be focusing on. We're going to be looking at pretty much all the clips that Rockstar showed and comparing them to what happened in real life. So if you guys don't enjoy this video and want to see more about GTA 6, and you guys already know what to do, subscribe, put on post notifications. Also, don't forget to drop a like. All right, first we got this clip, or I guess Instagram video, of this sugar daddy dancing on a boat in Vice City. So I don't think this is specifically a clip that happened in real life, but we obviously know that the culture and kind of focus on sugar daddies has grown throughout the past couple years. So this is probably something that did happen in real life, and there's some screenshots I could share as well of this guy just having fun on, a boat with other ladies as well. So honestly, it is kind of cool to see Rockstar include things like this, and this is something that we're probably going to be seeing a lot throughout Vice City, just like some crazy activities happening on yachts and boats. Obviously we've seen that throughout the whole trailer, so that's honestly something I'm really excited for to see. That's going to be coming very soon. And we'll also break down a little bit more when it comes to how things might work when it comes to this coming to the story. All right, next, which is probably one of the funniest clips, we have this guy taking an alligator out of a pool. And what's crazy is that this is something that has happened in real life, and it's something that actually continuously happens and has happened a lot. So honestly, when it comes to certain states in the United States, you don't really have that many alligators. Yes, there's probably alligators in almost every state, but when it comes to alligators in your swimming pool, or at least being outside of the wildlife, that's honestly really rare. But when it comes to Florida, this is something that's actually kind of common, and there's a lot of clips and videos and photos, everything like that that's happened online, where alligators are found in people's swimming pools, in their backyard, front yard, wherever they put the pool. And obviously, alligators like water, sometimes they're in lakes, rivers, oceans, all that. And then now they just decide they want to come to people's pools. And then we have this official poach guy, which actually is taking this alligator out. So this is something that's probably going to be happening a lot. This is also something that's probably going to be like a random event. Maybe we could help him out, or just something that we could casually see. And maybe as players in GTA 6 online, or even in story mode too, as the main characters, Lucia and Jason, this is something that probably could also happen as well, where we just have to get an alligator out of our pool, or somebody else has to do it for us, which is going to be kind of cool. Now what's crazy is that the name of this official Instagram, or this is might be based off of TikTok, is called Official Poach, which actually stands for protection of like controlled animals and hunting, something like that. But what's crazy is that it's called Poach. When you put it together, poach is really like poached animals, which is animals that are locked up. So they're actually kind of doing the opposite. It's a little ironic, but that's just kind of how Rockstar is when it comes to this stuff. But that's something cool, just keep that in mind. Next up, we got this clip of this girl twerking on top of a car. For this one, this is actually something that has happened in real life, and it's really something that I think was from a video in Florida. I'll show a clip. But when it comes to obviously this happening in game, I think NPCs probably going to be doing this sometimes, as well as even our players could probably do it too. And then we even had this comment that says someone called the Department of Transportation on this dump truck. So honestly, it's something that's just going to be this type of things that you could just see in Vice City. You're going to be driving around, and it's just this crazy stuff just happens, and you just have to react to it. So it's honestly really cool, and I think that Rockstar did really great with this. And I think that this is something that's just going to add more to the world of Vice City and its surrounding counties. And I think something else that's going to happen is really just going to be just more random activities like this. It doesn't have to be specifically like a girl twerking on a car. It could be a lot more things that happen with cars and stuff like that, which we'll also get a little bit more later into this video with. All right, this next clip is the alligator walking into the convenience store. So first off, for this one, let's just take a look at the outside real quick. I mean, it looks great. It just shows you how big this store is actually going to be. But getting into the important part, obviously, is the alligator. So this actually did happen in real life in Florida. An alligator walked into a Walmart, and obviously, if you're in Walmart and that's happening, you're gonna want to get out of there. And it's just like, it's a crazy thing, but they obviously were able to get this animal under control and put back where it needs to be. But this is something that can actually happen probably in almost any store. It doesn't have to be a specific store in GTA 6 online, or just GTA 6 itself. It's probably something that's going to be happening like throughout any time. You could be robbing a store, alligator walks in. It could be a little convenience store, it could be a big store. It's a lot of things that could probably happen. You could even just go to like a burger shop, for example. That's going to be in GTA 6, and then an alligator just walks into the fast food restaurant. It's probably gonna be really random. It's cool, and it could probably be even more than just alligators. It could be other things like birds, deer. So it's a lot of crazy things, because obviously this is Florida, and this is something that kind of happens more when it comes to alligators. So honestly, really cool. I'm glad that Rockstar put this in. It just shows like how realistic things are actually in the city of Vice City. Now after that, we have this guy that is running from the cops, And it says usually you got to hit the strip club to see jiggle like that for real. This is actually based off something that did happen in real life as well. And this is something that kind of probably still happens to this day where people are running from cops. But this one is just specifically from this clip over here. And honestly, you know, it's cool and it's funny and it's just, it really adds to the world. And you could probably, like, it's already in GTA 5 and probably GTA 4 as well, where we've seen, like, you know, there's cops that chase after people. And this is something that we just kind of going to see a continuation of in GTA 6, where it just adds more realistic parts of the game, because this is something that people actually do in real life, but this is more based off of something that really did happen in real life. Next, we got this road rage incident that's happening on what I guess is one of the highways, maybe I-97, based off of I-95 in real life. And honestly, if you guys drive, you already know when it comes to road rage, it's probably one of the dumbest things. People do some of the most stupidest things. But specifically for this one, this is a guy that's grabbing his crotch and just, like, you know, kind of getting mad at this other guy for, you know, whatever he did, cutting him off or anything like that. So this isn't really specifically based off a clip. I'm not sure, honestly, but this is just adds to the American culture of just road rage and how things can just go. And, you know, there's a lot of instances and a lot of things that people do when it comes to road raging, and this is just one of them that's gonna be part of Vice City. So just adds to it. So don't be mad, or don't be surprised when you know, cut off an NPC, or if you hit the back of an NPC card and they hop out and just start getting mad at you or something like that. All right, this next clip is actually, I think it's part of a music video, or it's at least part of something. It's just, you know, a recording, but it does say RIP Ruddy, see you in heaven, cuz. So I'm assuming this is Ruddy that passed away, or somebody else that was their friend or something like that passed away. And this is like a crazy kind of stunt where people kind of go on top of cars. This is something that is done by a lot of people, and it's something that you probably already seen on the internet. Just people, like, I think it's called ghost riding, where you just like kind of drive the car but you're not in it. So it's like you stand on the roof or something like that. So it's kind of fun to do it, but it's obviously very dangerous. And this is just, you know, one of those instances that you're probably going to see where us players could do it, or other NPCs could do it in the world, which is kind of funny. All right, this next clip is this guy of, you know, with basically no clothes on, only, like, you know, some underwear basically, and a little hat, just watering his plants outside. And this is something that actually is based off of something in real life. But in real life, the guy was actually completely naked, I'm pretty sure, compared to the game. Obviously, Rockstar's not gonna be doing that, and it's just another thing that you could just see in Florida. Obviously, you guys know about the Florida man memes, where it's just like a guy in Florida just doing some dumb or just weird, stupid things, and this is just another thing that's part of it. So it's honestly gonna be really funny, and this is something that you might come across, you know, your travels many times in GTA 6. All right, and then for this clip, we got this guy called Lucha Libre Fan. It's actually live on TikTok or Instagram in the game, and it says neighborhood watch, don't play around in Hamlet. And when I watched this for the first time, I did assume that this was going to be a Karen, because first off, she just looks like a Karen, and her name's probably Karen. This is actually based off an actual Karen in real life that did something similar to this, where she had a hammer or two hammers in her hand, and, you know, trying to attack and damage people's cars. So this is something that actually kind of happened in real life. However, that took place in LA and not in Miami. Most of the other clips, though, that I did mention before, and literally every single one, has taken place in, you know, the state of Florida. This one's a little bit different, though. It's actually from LA, but it doesn't matter, because it's just something that can happen in Florida, and probably already has, just maybe wasn't recorded. So it's pretty cool. And you can also see the vehicle that's damaged in the back, probably by her. Again, this is what happened in real life. She was damaging people's vehicles. So, you know, now it just shows how it is in game. And then after that, we got this no overturning zone. This is also something that happened in real life. Again, you could just see how crazy things are when it comes to the city of Vice City, and this Rockstar pretty much got us exactly on point, where, you know, people doing this. And then after that, we have the clip of the guy with all the tattoos. This is something that a lot of people didn't, you know, really understand when it comes to the translation, but it pretty much means that he confessed his crimes on his tattoo, and this is actually based off the Florida Joker in real life. So that's actually pretty cool right there. Just a guy that got locked up and just, you know, had a bunch of tattoos, and he just had, like, you know, a very unique kind of criminal background as well. So that's something that got touched right there, and it was actually really cool to see that Rockstar put that in the game. They pretty much had the exact same character, they just changed like his hair color as well as some of the tattoos, of course. But that's actually all the clips when it comes to what happened in real life. So that's honestly a lot of things that are in GTA 6 that do compare to real life, and what we're going to be seeing when it comes to the game's release. So honestly, I'm very excited, and I'm glad that Rockstar put things like this, and it's going to show how big social media is going to play a role in this game. So I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to subscribe and put up post notifications. We'll be having a lot of more GTA 6 videos. Also, don't forget to drop a like, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.